AccuVer, first time I've heard of this company, applauds EchoStar's success in fulfilling the FCC's 5G build-out commitments for the Boost Mobile network. By the way, this is the first time I've seen in an article Dish Wireless be referred to as the Boost Mobile network, because previously it would have been Boost Infinite or Project Genesis or Dish or whatever. All right, so they're keeping it true to the game. All right, fresh out of Texas here, AccuVer, leading provider of network optimization solutions, extends its heartfelt congrats to EchoStar, Dish Wireless, for the significant milestone of achieving the completion of a nationwide drive test for the Boost Mobile network, delivering on all 2023 FCC commitments in record time, as recently confirmed by the FCC. Through close collaboration and shared expertise, EchoStar successfully optimized its 5G network infrastructure, ensuring seamless performance and reliability for customers nationwide. AccuVer's automated remote field test management system, along with the Drive Test Advisor, were instrumental in empowering EchoStar to streamline its network drive test process, recognized by the FCC as an approved method for verifying network performance commitments. So they're just letting us know that they were involved in the testing and confirmation that Dish hit its build requirements in 2023. A lot of people had doubts about Dish getting there. A lot of people had doubts that they would be there. And you know what's crazy is a lot of the people who had doubts about Dish hitting their mark on all the network build requirements, they're gone. They don't come back to my videos and admit they were wrong. That's, you know, guys, and this is kind of the frustration as someone who, in my position as like a YouTube content creator, I report the news and then I try to give my, most logical reasoning behind my commentary. I give my opinion after, I always give my takes, but I separate my opinion and my predictions from facts. I always separate those things. And I always felt like I wanted to root for Dish because they were up against it. They're coming into an industry that's very mature. Some would argue that there's no space for a fourth provider because look what happened to Sprint and those types of things. But I've always been optimistic about the Dish network, the Dish Wireless network, the 5G network build, because they worked so hard and they built it so fast and they were committed to that build. And it's a very good performing network. In some ways, it's less problematic than the AT&T network. In some ways, it's less problematic than the T-Mobile network. In some ways, it's less problematic than the Verizon network. Right? They don't have legacy technologies to deal with. No LTE, no 3G shutdowns. They don't have to, worry about putting up a ton of different antennas. They put up one antenna and they put up a low band radio and a mid band radio. And it's a super simple build. And they just co-locate, and some of their sites are standalone, and they're just monopoles with just them on it. It's been a small miracle to see what they've accomplished with the network. So I've been more optimistic than some folks. But those people who said, Dish was going to fail, they weren't going to hit the requirements and stuff, but they've proved you wrong. And nobody has come back to admit they were wrong. Nobody comes back and says, sorry, I was wrong. Nobody comes back and says, I should have, saw this coming. Nobody does that. They don't want to face the music. They don't want the smoke. I think it takes a special kind of person to admit when you're wrong. I think that's not easy to do. I just think we got to give them more respect when it comes to the network. Go ahead and question, the executives. Go ahead and question the retail situation, the branding. Go ahead and question the dealer situation with Boost Mobile. I'm good with that. Those are all warranted. But when it comes to the network piece, these engineers have literally built from the ground up a network that is actually good. I've used it. You guys have seen me test it. I've live streamed on it. I've made videos about it. I've compared it to other services. It's very good. So shout out to Dish for hitting their mark, setting up good partnerships with firms to make the network a success. I hope they can find a way to get their business together so that way they can get people on the network. They have like 7 or 8 million customers on Boost Mobile. They need to grow that number. They need to gain more postpaid subs. They have a good offer. A new iPhone every year, $60, includes postpaid service and the phone. They just got to get that branding and that marketing. They got to get more disruptive. They got to find a way to make it work. They have some activation issues. They've got BYOD problems. They've got frequency band compatibility issues. They overcome some of those things. I mean, it's a different outcome for Dish. EM Tech with the super chat. Salute to you, my friend. The network is only as good as the ability to access it. You have to jump through hoops to use the great network they built. Agreed, man. There's been obstacles, man. Like I said, I think the compatibility issues with phones, that's been an issue. The activations, the BYOD situation, very much less than ideal. So I agree with you there. But I'm telling you, man, the network's good, bro.